every time I see that intro, it makes me miss my lashes more and more. I know I say that every time, but man,
You still lamenting over these
I
lashes.
really am.
Lash
Listen.
laments is
Oh,
a real thing, apparently.
it is. It really is. I'm telling
Wow.
you. I think I would be over it by now, but I
Clearly
just
not. Those
nope.
lashes meant something to
They
you.
they really did. They really did. Anyway,
And I'm not gonna knock it. Your feelings are valid.
thank you. I
I
appreciate that.
recognize your laments and I am here for you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
I
that.
got a box full of lashes if you ever
If I ever need some.
ever need them again. Runway and
Uh,
photos only. They
I
don't.
look. That's
This is not
fine.
it's not a regular thing.
I know. I just
Although
I
if they make it through the night, they can go out the next day.
without ending up here.
Listen, and I mean make it through, like
Oh,
stay
yeah.
there. You can make it through
Yeah.
the night, you can go out the next day.
There you go.
That's my last rule.
I
Otherwise,
was thinking, like, I almost sat in front of my tree too, because I knew you were going to be sitting in front of your tree.
of course I'm in front of the
I
tree.
almost sat in front of my tree, but I this is like my favorite wall decor, and it says Mrs. Claus Sweet Shop, and it's in my kitchen, and I love it. And I was
Beautiful.
like, I'm gonna sit here instead.
What's sweet in your kitchen today?
Oof. Oh,
Huh?
so
Oh,
so
sorry,
I did
wrong
not.
show, wrong show, wrong
Yeah, but that's the after hour show. We talked about that already.
what you got sweet in the kitchen?
No, no one wants to know that, but well, but you said that today is Cider Monday,
Today is Cider Monday, not to be
not to be
confused with
confused with
Cyber
Cyber
Monday.
Monday.
It is Cider Monday, and we are celebrating with apple cider or
Yes.
cider donuts or any other apple themed treats. It was actually created to combat Cyber Monday as a way for people to go and shop in person, get a free cup of cider, have a little treat, and enjoy mixing and mingling with real people
Okay.
without overloading their servers and crashing websites.
Interesting.
So, Mentali-Tea is having, y'all don't sponsor us, no way, is having cider today. So I pulled out, it's the
It's
holidays.
the holidays.
I
That's
had to pull out
cute.
my reindeer.
I love it.
Everybody's representation is important
I love it.
during the
Yeah.
holiday season.
Well, yeah.
So we have how you get over there? We have cider Monday with our
That's just cinnamon
cinnamon
stick.
cinnamon sticks.
So okay, and when Angel and I plan this, we know I don't drink any kind of apple anything. It's a Halloween I'd like to soon forget,
Unless it's a cake I make
unless it's a right.
or apple crisp.
So okay, so I don't know. Oh my god, that apple crisp. Why are you
I
gonna
know.
bring that up now? Now I need one. Okay. With the
I can make
lashes,
that happen
but not the lashes
with
anyway.
the gluten-free flour.
Um, so I don't know if we call this a tradition in my family, but it's kind of become like a tradition because we do it every year. But 2 days after Thanksgiving, because I'm not going out the Friday after. No, absolutely not
At all.
at all. But we go to the Hallmark store because we like to get ornaments because we like all of our
Um,
ornaments on our tree to have some kind of meaning, right? So that's what we've been trying to do. So every ornament on our tree right now has some sort of meaning. We didn't put up the store bought ones this year. So anyway,
Fancier than me.
well, okay, so we went to the Hallmark store and I spent enough, right? And I was like, what am I going to do for a mug? Well, he's like, well, with your purchase today, you get a free mug
Are those snowflakes?
with snowflakes.
Oh,
It's snowflakes and it comes with a
that
little
is
spoon.
adorable.
And I purposely left the ribbon on here because it's cute. And he said,
Free
and then he
mug.
went on and said, and I was like, what you mean?
And
And
wait,
like, how
there's
much
more.
did I spend?
Oh, I'm sure.
And holiday
sure you spent money.
serving plates. I was like, well, and then I said I had a
How
$4.
much did you spend so I can go and spend that much?
Listen, it was like I spent like okay, so I had a $4 off coupon,
But that
right?
was
I
a
think
Friday thing, though. It's probably over.
no, I did this on a Saturday. This was on a Saturday. It didn't have any. I don't know if it had anything to do with anything.
I'm gonna have to go online and see.
over 125. Okay, worth it. Easy to do at the Hallmark store. Okay, I bought stuff. Okay, look, I go once a year. That's the only time of year I go to the Hallmark store.
That's the only. You only need to go once a year. You spend it.
I spent 125,
Baby, I
and I
buy
said I
three
had
cards.
with tax and
Three
everything, it was
cards.
128, right?
Three
And I said,
cards.
I have a $4 off coupon. He goes, well, if I use that, it takes you down to 124. And then, I said, no, I need the free stuff. So I'll use the coupon another day. It's only for $4. I want the free stuff. And so while I was there, and you know how I don't drink anything apple, I'm like, well, I got to figure out what I'm going to do apple cider. Look what they had.
Jam. Stonewall Kitchen.
Apple cider jam.
I brought my jug just so I can.
And so I put it on crackers to have. It smells wonderful.
We're waiting.
Well, I don't know. That light,
there
it goes.
The Ohio Cider Company.
Which, y'all, we're not sponsored by these companies,
right.
But, Stonewall, Ohio Company, Hallmark, feel free. Feel free to go ahead.
Because I will have a whole Hallmark tree of ornaments if you feeling froggy and want to send some coupons.
I mean,
right now I buy 3 cards for Christmas, and that's it.
So,
cheers!
Cheers!
So, what's in your mug?
Oh, so
that's a good stuff.
With the topics I'm talking about today, the color associated with these topics is purple. Notice my shirt. And my shirt says something on it, but I'm not going to show it right now.
Oh, okay, not yet.
So my tea bag, of course, had to be purple.
Hey, Yogi.
And Yogi, hello again.
Anytime you're ready.
Anytime you're ready to sponsor us,
Yogi,
we drink enough of
you. Celestial Seasonings.
Celestial Seasonings. Come on, guys.
Starbucks. We'll take it.
Bigelow. I mean, whatever. You got tea.
Sleepy time. I mean, whoever want to join in.
I mean, what's that one? Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's my usual because it is sicky
Immune
season.
And stress. Elderberry.
Yes. My elderberries are purple too.
Lemon bliss. Is that?
Lemon
balm.
Yeah.
Lemon
delicious.
balm.
It is delicious, and it helps.
I don't think I have lemon balm.
Oh.
I know I have immune. I have at least 2 things
maybe
that are for immunity, but I don't think it's lemon balm. I'll have to go and check.
Well, yeah, awesome. You should, because it's probably lemon. But yeah, I put that apple cider jam on gluten-free crackers. And it smells wonderful. It has like chunks of apples. Okay, I'm gonna taste.
Let me get this straight. So you can eat apple stuff, but you can't drink apple stuff.
No.
Interesting.
Like I said, it's a Halloween. I want to forget. And 21 and over Halloween, I want to forget.
And I got my own visuals. I hope that's not what you had to deal with, but okay.
Listen.
But this is good stuff. And I usually doctor it up. But this was the first time I tried this. So I just threw in, a couple of cinnamon sticks just to see. But I also went with a local company.
There you go.
Instead of, a big brand, I went with a local company.
That's always nice.
I usually go with Honey Crisp because, that's my favorite apple. I did not. I went with this local company. So
okay.
I am very pleased with this. This is going to end up in the batter and topping for apple cider pound cake, as well as an apple cider donuts that I made last year for the first time. They were freaking amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, we making donuts now. So
man, what don't you make?
I don't
scarves, donuts, pound cakes.
I don't make a lot of stuff, but I do make donuts. So she
makes delicious baked goods.
We'll see what else this episode is gonna go with. But that jam, that sounds interesting.
And it's gluten-free and non-GMO.
I put it on the cracker. Maybe
Listen,
some
I
toast. A biscuit? Biscuits.
a bit well,
Oh,
I made gluten-free biscuits for dinner. I made breakfast for dinner.
come on, breakfast. And you didn't put that jam on that biscuit?
No, because they got eaten. All of them got eaten.
Oh, well,
And then
that's
I
a
wouldn't have had and
testament
it's
to
been
your biscuit because it
hey,
is Mrs. Claus. Sweet
hey,
shop.
I'm just saying.
Ah, the biscuits didn't last long enough for the jam. That's saying
Nope,
something about
definitely
your biscuit.
didn't. Definitely did not.
Wrong show. I'm sorry. Let me get my okay.
Reset, reset.
Wrong show. All right.
Oh, anyway.
Okay.
All
So
right.
we had a couple of things. Cider Monday was our kickoff. It is also Sweet Potato Awareness Month. And there
Oh,
is a hearty slice of sweet potato pound cake
sweet
with
potato
my name
award.
on it. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna save it for tomorrow because
Hmm.
I might be nice enough to share. I don't know. But it is Sweet Potato Awareness Month, not to be confused with National Sweet Potato Month, which is February.
Mm.
But this month we celebrate this delicious and nutritious root vegetable. It's a vegetable.
Mm-mm.
So if
It
you
is
got
a
pie and
vegetable.
cake, you're eating healthy. Did you know that one medium-sized sweet potato has 400% of your daily vitamin A requirement? 400%.
That's a lot
Now,
of
I don't
percent.
remember what vitamin A is good for. I thought it was the eyes, but I could be wrong.
Th-
Vitamin A, I don't remember, but
don't-
it got 400% plus high
I would.
levels of vitamin C, which we know is good for immunity around this time of year,
And I think
as
that's
well
what's good for your eyes is vitamin
as
C.
well as potassium and fiber. Sweet potatoes is a good substitute for grains for those who are gluten free. So,
I
sweet
do
potato,
enjoy a good sweet potato. And
fries,
I
pies, cakes.
anyway, anyway, I do I enjoy a good sweet potato. And I can do it like I know if we've ever gone out to dinner to like Texas Roadhouse, if I get the sweet potato, I don't get all the stuff. I get all that stuff on the side because I don't need to load it with the butter and the sugar and all this. I'll sprinkle a little bit of the sugar because I do love
Mm,
some brown sugar on
okay.
there, but I don't need all of the to make it sweeter because it's sweet enough for me anyway.
A few
Because I'm
years
already sweet
ago,
too, and that's a lot of sweetness.
see, there it is, right? See, Mrs. Claus, sweet shot. I'm telling her. I'm telling you.
I don't know what my holiday job is. Okay,
I don't
this is why we
know.
don't have a show in December because I'm busy doing other things.
Yeah, she be busy and being sweet. Listen, I'm just trying to help the people. There used to be there was a restaurant, a shop in Beverly, called Jimmy Jam's Sweet Potato. No, we're not sponsoring them. They don't sponsor us either. But they closed. They closed down during the pandemic,
Oh,
and I was very, very sad. Because they had sweet potato pound cake, biscuits, cookies, ice cream, pie. You can get your pie with your regular whipped cream or your bourbon whipped cream or your honey whipped cream. And that's when I started putting rum in my whipped cream because you know I make whipped cream from scratch.
yes.
Um, but also they had a giant loaded sweet potato, and I'm sure it was a yam. But when I say loaded, I mean grilled chicken, cheese, onions, peppers on
What?
this sweet potato. And this thing was like filled the whole box. And I only got to experience it one time, but it
Wow.
was magnificent.
Wow, that
Who
sounds
would think
magnificent.
to fill up a sweet potato with meat and vegetables? It was
I would
amazing.
not.
It was amazing.
It's almost like a
So,
sweet potato pot pie,
uh,
but with all that stuff. Uh-oh. Are you hearing things?
I don't know if I want if I would want to try that, but I would load it up with some stuff. I started making
Oh,
sweet
it's
potato fries during the pandemic, and that was the first
that's so
time.
cute.
That was the first time I'd ever made them, and it was so easy. You just got to get the potatoes long enough. They got to be long enough to
Yeah.
do that. But and I tossed them in cinnamon and cinnamon, salt, paprika.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
know. It was interesting. It was like one
Interesting.
other ingredient, like olive oil. Like they got tossed olive oil or canola or whatever, and they put in the oven. You watched me. You watched me make it. I had them with
I
burger one
watched you
day.
make a lot of things
I know, but
over these
yeah,
last
I
three
started
years.
making them in the oven, and then it was like that whole week. I just kept eating. I need to make some more fries. I
Man,
never like them when I get them in restaurants, but out of this oven, baby,
there,
it
that
was
is,
just the right flavor, and they were just crispy enough to make me think I was eating real French
yeah.
fries.
That's the key. That's the key to try to get them crisp because soggy sweet potato anything is
And every time I've had them, they've been soggy. It's like I
mm-mm.
don't want your limp potato. Up there. Yeah. Anyway, wrong show. It is also
Are you sure there's nothing in that cider?
speaking of limp, it is also National Sleep Comfort Month. Because when you lay
Ooh.
down, you want to lay down. You want to rest,
Mm.
right? So this is dedicated to improving your sleep habits in order to improve your health. Sleep can be affected by factors like stress, anxiety, and surprise, surprise, oral health.
That's not where I thought you were going when you started
No,
saying oral.
no, no,
Because now
no.
you're
It
rubbing off on
didn't.
me over here.
It
I
ain't.
was like,
It was not a play
oh,
off of
health,
the
got it.
limpness. It was not a play off of that.
It's like,
However, we both have experienced wisdom tooth pain,
mm-hmm.
um, and that affected our sleep. So when I saw oral health, that was the first thing I thought. But did you know that snoring is a potential risk factor for hypertension, heart disease, stroke, and sleep
Oh,
apnea? So
I knew about sleep apnea.
people who
Really?
snore are at a higher risk for all these other conditions.
Hmm. That's not good.
I don't know too many people that don't snore. Now I ain't been sleeping with a whole bunch of folks, but I you have family. You were, you were raised in a house. I
Yeah.
was raised in a house with people that snore, so
Yeah.
just looking at that, it
Oh,
not
that's
only affects
interesting.
your sleep, but it also affects your health. So if you have someone that snores regularly, they are at high. Don't do that. They are at higher higher risk for these things: hypertension, heart disease, stroke, and sleep apnea. It is to their benefit to get tested,
Mm,
participate in a sleep study
yeah.
to make sure they don't have any underlying conditions
Yeah.
that are affecting their physical health versus just their sleep health.
Wow. That
How about
is
that?
that is that is interesting. I knew about sleep apnea. I had no idea about all the other stuff though.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
So when you think oral health, you got to also think about sleeping conditions. Snoring.
Yeah.
Snoring is a part of oral health. Never connected that. Very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. What you got? You want to talk about? I can come back to to this last topic. Come
Listen.
back to that.
So I gotta say
Mm-hmm.
that I did literally did all of my stuff today. I crammed for like 3.5, 4 hours of all my
Same.
stuff because
How does that work?
okay, normally we don't procrastinate, but November just got away from us. Let's be very serious.
The whole
Um,
week. I had a whole week. No, I
go
waited
that
until I
whole,
got to work.
forget about it. Um, and there's like the topics I had. There's just two out of the three. There's just so much information. So I got overwhelmed. I did get triggered on a few things because they both hit close to home for me. Um, but I tried to pare it down as much as possible. So as we know or don't know, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. And as we know, or maybe some people don't know, my youngest daughter has epilepsy. Um,
What
hence
is
why
the
it was triggering uh,
okay.
in some of the stuff that I was looking up. What were you going to say?
What is the color that represents epilepsy?
Purple.
Ah,
Purple. And I'm glad you asked because as you can see, I'm wearing a purple shirt.
I see. I can't
And
read it though, but
I
I
will
can
show you
see.
what it says. It says, proud mom
Oh,
of an epilepsy warrior. And then it has her name on the
yes,
sleeve.
man.
Yeah. So intentional, people. We're intentional on this show,
Very much
always. So here's some facts. And like I said, oh, thank you. One of my friends made it for me long time ago because I saw it online and she's like, I'll make it for you. And she made it to people with a Cricut machine. You want to be their best friends. That's all I'm saying. Um,
true.
1 in 10 people will have a seizure, and 1 in 26 will develop epilepsy during their lifetime.
Mm,
That
10.
1 in 10. That's
Wow.
that's a short amount of people.
Okay.
There are 3.4 million people living with epilepsy in the United States.
Mm.
470,000 of them are children. Yeah. And then there is, of course, a lot of misunderstanding and misinformation about seizures. It says on here, people with epilepsy may experience felt stigma, which leads to shame about their condition and fear of discrimination if they talk about it. I know when in grade school, elementary school, Jasmine was like, no, I don't want anyone to know, because she was kind of embarrassed about it. But as she's gotten older, it's like, she's like, it's part of who I am and take it or leave it, and,
Has she ever had a seizure during school?
knock on wood, no. That's kind of another reason why this was very triggering for me, because the last time she had one was in around this time in 2014, in 2014, which is when she was officially diagnosed with epilepsy. So it's kind of like
That was
going
almost
back
10
in the
years ago.
memories. Yeah, exactly. And coming to that realization that she's had this for almost 10 years, and the amount of misdiagnoses that she got because doctors would not listen. Doctors, listen, mom's intuitions are 99.9% correct.
Mm-hmm.
A mother is going to know more about what's with her child, and doctors need to be more open to listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, we did not have that. And so I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the first 3.5, 4 years of her life, she got the short end of the stick because she went through so much as a baby and a toddler, and she couldn't speak her words. She couldn't tell us, she couldn't pinpoint what was going on. So it's, yeah. Let's see. Felt stigma can reduce the quality of life even when seizures are well controlled. And there is, if you did not know this, there is a 24/7 helpline for epilepsy. Yep.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Wish I did. 1-800-332-1000. That's the epilepsy helpline in there 24/7. And they also have one in Spanish, which is 866-748-8008. And then websites. And we'll post that stuff for you. But some of the stuff that they talk about are treatment options, available medicines, support groups, seizure first aid and safety issues, employment, discrimination and legal issues, emotional support, getting connected with local epilepsy foundation affiliates, SUDEP, which is sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. I don't know if you know the actor Cameron Boyce. He was he was on the Disney shows. He was in The Descendants. But he passed away from SUDEP at the age of 19. And that was really, really sad. It was very sad because I think his seizure, his epilepsy was supposedly medicated. Like he was still medicated and under control. And it's just something that happened in his sleep, unfortunately. So it's very scary. But just a few first aid tips if you should be around. And I couldn't even tell you, like, I got overwhelmed because of how many different types of seizures there are. There's like at least 15 or 16 different types of seizures that someone can experience who has epilepsy. So not every person who's epileptic has the same type of seizures. And so, it's really, really important to kind of like know the signs and symptoms, but it's really hard because, especially with little kids, absent seizures are very common where they're just kind of like
Spaced
out, and we think about when we were kids and we were spacing out, were we really spacing out or were we having like
having a seizure?
Having a seizure, like seriously,
Wow.
And then we just happened to outgrow it by the time we got to teenager status. But so a myth is with epilepsy, you cannot swallow your tongue during a seizure. It's physically impossible. Because I know that is something that was always put a spoon in the mouth. No, don't do that.
Listen,
don't do that.
when I worked in social work, I worked at a women's shelter. Every office had a baggie taped to the wall with gauze, a plastic spoon, or a wooden doohickey in the event that somebody had a seizure. Every office in the entire building.
Wow.
That's what it was for.
Yeah.
If somebody's having a seizure, you roll them on their slide and you put the thing on their tongue so they don't swallow it.
I'll tell you what, so you can't because your tongue is attached by, right
this
there.
Is as recent as 2015.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm sure medical advances happened long before then to teach people that you cannot physically swallow.
Even if you tried, you couldn't, because my ex-husband had epilepsy and he used to have grand mal seizures, and he had one in front of me and his mouth was clenched so tight. There is no way, even if you wanted to try to open someone's mouth who's having a seizure, could you? There's no way. It's just clenched so tight.
Wow.
Don't restrain someone who's having a seizure. Most seizures end in seconds or a few minutes and end on their own. The correct seizure first aid is simple. Stay safe side. Stay with the person and start timing the seizure. Keep the person safe. Turn the person onto their side if they are not awake and aware. Do not put anything in their mouth. Do not restrain. And stay with them until they're awake and alert after the seizure. Call 911 if the seizure lasts longer than 5 minutes or they have repeated seizures, difficulty breathing.
That seems like a long time.
If the seizure occurs, 5
minutes?
And the thing is, when you're in the moment, it feels longer. It can literally be 1 or 2 minutes and it feels like eternity. It's like, how long did it go? I don't know, it felt like 10 minutes. But, it was only like a minute and a half.
Which is the importance of timing them.
Yes, exactly. Because then, medical staff will know how much time passed where there was oxygen deprivation, in case there's any brain damage. Epilepsy is not contagious, people. You can't catch it from another person.
Is it hereditary?
So it depends on the type of epilepsy.
Okay.
Because the type that Jasmine has was caused by scar tissue on her brain. And we did genetic testing and nothing popped up that way. So it really just depends. It really depends. And it says anyone can develop epilepsy. Seizures start
1
for
in
the
10. So
yeah,
that sounds like it's way outside of hereditary numbers.
Seizures start for the first time in people over age 65 almost as often as it does in children. Seizures in the elderly are often the after effect of other health problems like stroke and heart disease. Yep. People with epilepsy can handle jobs with responsibility and stress. People with seizure disorders are found in all walks of life. They may work in business, government, the arts, and all sorts of professions. If stress bothers their seizures, they may need to learn ways to manage stress. So,
Hmm.
Let's see. There's so much information. I don't want to bore you guys with all of it. It's a lot of information. People with epilepsy are usually not physically limited in what they can do. During and after a seizure, a person may have trouble moving or doing their usual activity. Some people may have trouble with physical abilities due to other neurological problems. So let's see. Oh, what happened? This is something that I really love. The CDC said wanted children because this is common in children, and having it hinders academic success. The CDC wanted to provide opportunity for academic success in communities and schools and families to get everybody trained in what to do if someone's having a seizure. So the Epilepsy Foundation launched seizure safe schools legislation in all states. Now, surprisingly, they launched this in I don't know when they launched this, but only to date 23 states have this enacted. But I am proud to say that Illinois is one of them.
That was my question. Are we one of the 23?
Yep. Governor Pritzker passed that July 1st, 2020. For all schools, primary, secondary, public, private, charter, all of it.
And this is for teachers, staff?
This is for everybody. So what they will do is, let's see, enacted that mandates school personnel to complete seizure recognition and first aid training, require students with epilepsy to have a seizure action plan on file, and or require administration of food and drug administration treatments in the school setting. So that's why we have Jasmine's emergency medicine at the school with the nurse.
Excellent. That's excellent. I remember taking, I took a first responder training right before the pandemic. And part of it was training for persons who had seizures.
Yeah, because, it's sadly becoming more common, and, and it's neurological. So of course that's going to affect them academically, and just like, the nurses have the EpiPens for the kids who have allergies, they want to make sure that the kids who have epilepsy are just as protected by that as well. So we're very fortunate. The nurse at her school is incredible. Actually, the nurse in her school has a daughter who has the same exact type of epilepsy as Jasmine. So she's older now, but it's just comforting. It's comforting to know. It's comforting to know that, you can send your child to school and that staff is required to know all of this stuff with it. So, and they've gotten better with emergency medications, because before her emergency medication had to go in the bottom. Now it goes in her nose. So
it's a great advancement.
Yes, it is.
Good grief.
Yes, for everybody involved.
For all parties participating.
Yeah.
Yes, it is best that it goes that way.
Yeah. So that's topic number 1.
Topic number 1.
Do you want to continue with yours?
We can. I only have one more though. So
you only have one more. Okay.
I only have one more. I kind of combine those 3 things.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you are good then. Okay. This one I did try to trim as much as possible, because this one, look, There's so much information with this one too. And this one I feel hits a lot more. But also in November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. And that hits close because my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and that's what eventually her, health just deteriorated so much that it took her from us. But she lived 92 amazing years, and that's all I could ask, right? So did you know Alzheimer's begins 20 years or more before memory loss and other symptoms develop?
Wow, 20 years before symptoms. Hey, Bryson.
Hey, Bryson.
Thank you for popping in.
I love it. 20 years or more before memory loss and other symptoms develop.
I've
And
never heard that before.
And what I learned, even though Alzheimer's is we think Alzheimer's is the main show, it's actually dementia. Dementia is actually the umbrella, and Alzheimer's is just one part under that umbrella. So dementia there's other parts of it, like different types of dementia, and Alzheimer's is just one type. So, Alzheimer's disease is the most common, which accounts for 60 to 80% of cases of dementia. Most individuals also have the brain changes of one or more other causes of dementia. This is called mixed pathologies. And if recognized during life, is called mixed dementia. So difficulty remembering recent conversations, names, or events, apathy, and depression are often early symptoms. Communication problems, confusion, poor judgment, difficulty walking, speaking, swallowing are all common in late stages. So my grandmother went through that. She was at Mercy. Remember Mercy Hospital in the city? Which I think they closed or they renamed it or whatever. She was in there, and that was the last time she walked. She went in there, she did a lap, got discharged. That was that. She couldn't walk anymore.
Wow.
She was in hospice for 4 years. Yes, for 4 years with Alzheimer's. And I tell you, she went to God's gates twice and came back. I'm not ready.
She said, I got something to do.
You are not calling me home yet, man. I'll tell you when I'm ready. And it's not right now. So she was like, I'm going to wait until I absolutely can't do anything else or function before I go anywhere. And that's what she did. She stopped eating. She couldn't swallow. She couldn't speak. I mean, it breaks you down. Another type of dementia is cerebrovascular disease. About 5 to 10% of individuals with dementia show evidence of vascular dementia alone. So that symptoms, slowed thoughts or impaired ability to make decisions, plan, or organize may be the initial symptoms. Memory may also be affected. People with vascular dementia may become less emotional and have difficulty with motor function, especially slow gait, and poor balance. This one's a little scary. There's frontotemporal degeneration, which is another type of dementia. And about 60% of people with that are ages 45.
Excuse me?
Yeah, 45 to 60.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Frontotemporal
degeneration. That accounted for about 3% of dementia cases in studies that included people 65 and older, and about 10% of dementia cases in studies restricted to those younger than 65. So typical early symptoms include marked changes in personality and behavior and or difficulty with producing or comprehending language. Unlike Alzheimer's, memory is typically spared in the early stages of the disease. But 45 to 60 age, that's young. That's young.
Very much so.
Hippocampal sclerosis is present in about 3 to 13% of people with dementia. Um, this one kind of got me is because when they first did an MRI on Jasmine, they said that she had left hippocampal sclerosis. And I was like, does this mean she's going to have Alzheimer's when she gets older? And they're like, no, it's just a finding, because that's the scar tissue on her brain that's causing the seizures. And I'm like, but it's like kind of in the back of my head, like, is this going to come back to bite her in the butt later? You know what I mean? But this is a common cause of dementia in individuals 85 or older. So, and then we get to what Mr. Bruce Willis has. Lewy body disease dementia. And that's in about 5% of older individuals show evidence of that. But most people with it also have the brain changes of Alzheimer's disease.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really, really sad to see him starting to deteriorate. But it's really lovely to see Demi Moore and the family always together. You know what I mean? Like there was even though they're not married anymore, the fact that they still stayed so close as a family unit, and then Parkinson's disease. Did you know Parkinson's falls under dementia? I had no idea. A systematic review found that 3.6% of dementia cases were due to Parkinson's disease. And 24.5 people developed dementia.
What was that percentage?
That developed or?
They developed.
24.5%.
Very, very high.
With Parkinson's developed dementia. Yeah. An estimated 6.7 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's dementia in 2023. 73% are age 75 or older. And about 1 in 9 people age 65 and older has Alzheimer's dementia. 1 in 9. Not even 1 in 10, 1 in 9. And let's see. People younger than 65 can also develop Alzheimer's dementia. Although prevalent studies of younger onset dementia in the United States are limited, researchers believe about 110 of every 100,000 people ages 30 to 64, or about 200,000 Americans in total, have younger onset dementia. That terrifies me because we have just associated dementia with older people, right? And did you know that Alzheimer's was the 6th leading cause of death among individuals age 65 and older in 2019? And then COVID pushed it to 7th leading cause because COVID was the 3rd leading cause of death in 2020 and 2021. So it bumped Alzheimer's down a spot. And they're still doing the data for 2022. But, okay, I tried to trim that as much as absolutely possible. Like I said, with those topics, so much information. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, what do you say? What don't you say? And it's like, I was literally sitting there cutting and deleting. And I'm like, no, I'll be talking forever.
Very eye-opening, like you said, we typically associate it with seniors, the elderly. Never have I associated Alzheimer's or dementia with someone that's 45. So,
and it's and something I read is it is more likely people who've had several concussions. So like our football players, our wrestlers, anybody who's had some sort of a traumatic brain injury. And I know we addressed that 1 month because that was an awareness month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Scary. But all right, now it's your turn to talk. I talk too much. I was given a critique yesterday that I talked too much, so I'm passing the mic.
I'll listen to those people. All right. Well, I have a 4-in-1 topic here because it is November, but it is also Movember. And Movember, I know this is not for you, Maurice. Movember um, is in recognition of men's health, men's suicide prevention, prostate cancer, and testicular cancer.
So it's
So we're
kind of for
talking
you,
about
Maurice, but not named
it is
after
for
you.
you, but it
I mean,
ain't.
it is for you,
It's
but
for
not
you,
for
but it
me.
ain't about you just because it's called Movember. Also referred to as No Shave November, because that is how men typically get involved in this movement. So, in
Mhm.
honor of Movember, and you might dig my shirt too as well,
I love it.
Maurice. But I pulled out my junkyard dog shirt here,
I love
so
it.
I can. I had to put a man. He had the beard and the mustache thing, because the mustache thing is
Yeah.
what's going on. So this movement has grown from 30 men in mustaches to 5 million men in mustaches
Wow.
since 2003. It began as a movement to address men facing health crises that are rarely talked about. And we know men rarely talk about health in general.
This is
So,
true.
ladies, if you're listening and you got a man that you love, this is something you want to pay attention to.
Hmm.
Um, One man dies by suicide every minute of every day. One
Wow.
man every minute, every day.
Wow.
The top two contributing factors to suicide, and we've talked about suicide prevention before, depression and substance abuse.
Mm.
Those are the top two contributing factors. Um, in the US, 4 out of 5 suicides are men. Every 4 out of 5 suicides are men. They are at a much higher rate than women. 1 in 4 adults ages 18 and up live with a mental health condition.
Mm. That's crazy.
1 in 4 adults. So we're talking about suicide prevention, mental health, prostate cancer, testicular cancer. 1 in 8 men in the US will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. That's 1.4 million every year. Prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer in men in the US. Almost 3.25 million men are living with this disease today.
Wow. Wow.
Testicular cancer is the most common cancer in young men.
Interesting. Isn't that what Lance
Um,
Armstrong had? The guy who rode the bicycle?
I don't
Or
remember.
I think that's what he had, and he got one taken
It
out.
sounds legit, but I don't
Okay.
remember. The odds of survival are greater than 95% for men with testicular cancer.
Okay.
But for some, long term treatment comes with long term side effects.
Mm.
And those side effects compromise the quality of life. So, some of the resources that I had on here for suicide prevention is 988. That hotline, it used to be 1-800-273-TALK, is now just 988. That is the National Crisis Support Line. Um, or you can text 741-741. You can text anything, any word, anytime. Both of those lines are confidential and 24/7. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, of course, I am a field advocate for them. I am certified with the No Stigmas Organization for Mental Health and Suicide Prevention. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and the Jason Foundation for our young men, for our youth, for our teenagers, our college students. That is a great place to start for resources. If you need resources for our young people, they have a specialty for that. How can women help get involved in the Movember movement? Movember movement.
Please tell us.
How can we be a Mo
How
girl?
can we help?
Um, Moving 60 kilometers, which is about 37.28 miles, in honor of the 60 men that are lost to suicide every hour.
I did
37
that
miles.
already. I did that already when we went to
Pretty
Disney.
sure I've
Well,
done that
we
this
did that.
month, but
That's what we
you
did
got
2 weekends ago.
3 more days. Can you can you move 37 miles
37.
in three these last 3 days in honor
10
of the
miles a day,
60
y'all. You got it. 10 miles in a
60
little bit,
men that
and
are
then
lost
some.
to suicide every hour. Encouraging men to be proactive about their health as well as their mental health.
Mhm.
Um, and that's going to increase early cancer detection, early diagnosis and treatment to reduce the number of preventable deaths. Part of this includes being aware of family history of disease and adopting healthier lifestyles. There are so many stigmas, um, and I can only speak for my culture. So many stigmas in the African American culture, in the Black culture, where families do not discuss how someone died.
Mm.
And if you do hear it's cancer, you don't hear anything else. So you don't know what type of cancer it was.
Yeah.
Um, but that is a deterrent for the young men in our family who need to know their history. They need to know that they are more susceptible to certain
Mhm.
illnesses because it could be hereditary,
Right.
because it runs in the family, because it runs in their genes and their DNA. Um, these are things that should help us to be more proactive. It's the same with breast cancer. If you
Mhm.
have family members who have been diagnosed with breast cancer, you're more likely to need to be diagnosed early, to be screened early, screened more regularly. We talked about
Mhm.
this last month for October.
Mhm.
It is the same for men. You want to protect your balls? Yes, you
Yeah.
probably should have them screened.
And
Definitely
I
going
want to
to the
say
doctor more often.
September. I want to say September's prostate cancer awareness, or one of those months
Okay.
in August, September, where there, because my father-in-law died from prostate cancer. So I know
Mhm.
we did a couple of walks in his honor. So get your balls checked,
Get your
guys.
balls checked.
Good grief. Just like we got to get the tatas checked, get
You-
your tatas checked. They're
you-
just in a different location.
These are your tatas. Get your tatas checked.
Get
Um,
your lower tatas checked.
so we're going to spend this month encouraging men to be more proactive about their health, as well as their mental health. We need to get rid of these stigmas that have to do with therapy.
Yes.
Therapy saves lives. God and therapy, prayer and therapy, Jesus and
Yes.
therapy, whatever you need to do,
Yes. There's
and
room
therapy.
at the table for all of it.
It's not one or the other, it's both.
Exactly. Yes.
All and some both. We need all the resources we could possibly get. If you're struggling with mental health, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideation, if you're struggling with stress, anger management, all of these things that contribute to the deterioration of your
Mhm.
good health as well as your balls, you want to make sure
Yeah.
that you're getting your all the screening that you possibly can get. You're seeing the doctor regularly. You're seeing the doctor for your body as well as your mind maintenance. We talked about mind maintenance before, but that's what therapy is for. So, what was the other part? How else can we? How else can women help get involved with the Movember movement, supporting and showing love for men with mustaches? That was actually on the list of things to do.
Hey,
But
I'm good. I got that.
I don't know
I got
about
that.
mustaches, but I love a good beard.
Oh, that's true. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Is it just exclusive to mustache, or can it be like the
Here's the
whole thing?
thing. I read about this, and for Movember, part of the mustache rules or the hair rules is that you're supposed to start with a clean shaven face. It is attention to the mustache. So if you have a beard, it's supposed to shave. I was like, I don't want to hear nothing about shaving no beards off.
No, don't
But
do
it
that.
is about the mustache. It is all about the mustache.
See, okay, I get that.
I need the beard. I
I
don't care what
do, because
we
there's
gonna
just
break
like
this
some
rule.
guys, it's just they look like 70s porn stars when they got mustaches and nothing else. And it's
No beard.
like I can't do that. It's like,
So if you pay attention to
I
sports,
mean,
a lot of
yes,
athletes in the month of November
yes, just
are
have the
hairy.
mustache. Yeah,
And it's not just mustaches. They keep
no,
all the hair on their
yeah.
face. There's no shave
No shade.
November. And I think they developed no shave November as a contrast to this because they gonna keep them beards.
Hmm.
That's what I
Yeah,
think it
they
was.
need
We're
to
not
keep those
shaving
there because
nothing.
I
That's what
can't.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So here are some tips on prevention. Talked about support, talked about resources. Prevention. for prostate cancer and testicular cancer, and some of these will come up as well. Prevention of prostate cancer included regular exercise, consuming a healthier diet, not smoking, maintaining a healthy weight, regular doctor visits. And the last thing on that list, being careful about supplements. I'm gonna come back to
Interesting.
that. But there were specific vitamins that if there's a higher levels of these specific vitamins, then you would be more susceptible to these types of illnesses.
Interesting.
Very much so. And I
Was
didn't go
there
into the list because it
was
was
there another prevention on there? Because I
um,
have one if you don't, because
for
Vic's
prostate
researched
cancer.
it.
That
Yeah,
was that was my list for prostate cancer.
okay, because
Now
Vic
the list
definitely has
for
researched it at length. And
what?
another preventative measure involves
I got a feeling. I know what you finna say.
if you're not getting jiggy with it,
Listen, I
then you're
need
getting I'm just saying jiggy with it, as you see what I'm doing here with my
you need to
hand.
get the jig out.
So yes,
The jig is up.
the jig is up. You got a lot of jigging.
There
He did
needs to
read that
be
keeping
regular
those
release of the buildup of
keeping
fluid
the
in the area.
pipes
Clean.
clean on
There
a
you go.
regular basis will
There
help
you go.
with the prevention of prostate cancer as well.
There you go.
Now, whether you
That
go
was
Mrs.
way
Claus
down
route,
on the list, but go
you
ahead.
know,
Go
I'm just
ahead
saying,
with
I had to, sometimes you gotta speak the language of the dudes. I mean, you bring that up and it's like, okay, done deal.
you. You got
And
to get it out.
if y'all have been,
That
if
should
y'all
have
have
been on the
had
list
top on,
of
then you're doing
how
well.
women can help. That's how we can
That's how
get
women
help.
can help.
We can help get involved in the movement
I'm just saying.
by helping some fluids move.
Exactly. See? It's a
There
win-win
you
for
go.
everybody.
There you go. Because they call us help meet, so we're gonna help the meet. All right, helping the meet. Prevention of testicular cancer. This list included some of those same items for prostate cancer: regular exercise, healthier diet, regular doctor visits. With the supplements, it was adding turmeric to your diet
Oh.
because turmeric has a certain effect on preventing illness, illnesses, conditions, um, anything to do with your immune system. So
Mm-hmm.
turmeric is good for the immune system. So it was advised to add turmeric to your
Okay.
diet. Where the other list was, not having too much of this supplement, this one was add turmeric to
Add
you.
to it. Yeah.
In addition to reducing chemical toxin exposure, so that is environmental. So if you
Mm-hmm.
live in areas where there's high frequency chemicals, uh,
Mm-hmm.
radiation, um,
Mm-hmm.
toxins, waste plants, those are places that will have a negative effect on your health. Same with women, but they will have a
Mm-hmm.
negative effect on your private parts.
Mm-hmm.
Building up immunity, we just talked about turmeric, but
Mm-hmm.
that also included getting regular sleep, taking vitamins, drinking water, as well as hygiene. Because nobody wants to help you clean your pipes if you're not
Clean.
clean. Reducing your stress.
They make a soap for that too, guys. Just so you know, a special soap just for that.
Reducing your stress levels so that you are,
And you
that's part of the
listen, you'll
mind
be
base.
able to reduce your stress levels
Speak
with
your language. We speaking your
I'm
language
just
tonight.
saying.
You
I'm
can
just saying.
reduce your stress levels if you are taking care of your hygiene and you got somebody that's helping you clean your pipes.
I'm just
All of
saying.
that.
That all whole package right there.
The last thing on that list was regular self exams
Hey,
because you know what they feel like. Same
exactly.
for breast cancer. Women
Mm-hmm.
have to do self exams. They advise us to do them in the shower when we're in the shower at least once a month, right? Once a month. So you know
Yeah.
what should your boys feel like. If they feeling a little different, if one is lower than the other, then one is heavier this month than it was last month. And yeah, you would know the changes before anybody else. But
Yes.
you're not afraid to touch the other thing, but you need to touch them things too. So
Yeah.
those things need to be.
And if you're feeling froggy, you could help yourself in the shower. If you're feeling froggy.
And women can help get involved in the movement by helping out with some of those exams. Because we would also
Yes.
notice changes. And
Exactly.
let's
Hey,
go
you
on,
know what?
something about that one ain't right.
I've known a few women whose significant others have said that about their like they like feeling and it's like something doesn't feel right and then they go to the doctor and sure enough
They
something
have to
shows
feel
up.
them like that.
Well,
Yeah. Like,
when their partner is feeling them up top and like
gotcha.
just like how you're saying ladies know, same for the men with the,
Something's different. Yes,
something
I
don't feel
think
right.
we would be able to notice,
Yes.
if we're regularly, assisting with pipe cleanage, we would definitely know that something is different.
I mean, I'm just
Um,
saying.
I had one item on my media list and it's still on the shelf in the other room, but He
Oh,
Motions by Bishop T.D. Jakes was on my media list for the men for
okay.
Movember.
November.
Shout out to Junkyard Dog and the Hulk Hogan wrestling family.
Love it.
Um, but He Motions by Bishop T.D. Jakes. That was my book in the
Okay.
media corner for us. But mental health, suicide prevention,
Yep.
prostate cancer, testicular cancer, those were all wrapped up into Movember, also known
November.
as No Shave November. And
Yes. That
what I
that's a
got.
great rep to Movember.
That's what I
So
got.
Mo, it's not named after you, but it is for you.
It's for you,
It's for you.
definitely.
I mean, you could say it's named after you, but we know the
Yeah.
truth.
Let let the wife know how she can help your
I'm
meat.
just saying you could and she can refer to our show and be like the ladies talked about it.
She can be a
So
help meat for the month.
I'm just saying, just saying. Um yes, and we need to destigmatize y'all with the men and mental health. I mean, that is the biggest thing, you guys. I mean, I understand it goes back to a lot of culture things. I get that. But gentlemen, please, please, it does not make you less than to speak your feelings. It does not make you less than to cry. It's like show emotion. It's okay.
Mhm.
We need to
And
destigmatize that so
and we
much.
need to teach our boys this. I
Yes.
working with young people. Um, they have to have different ways of expressing themselves,
Yes.
especially anger, frustration,
Yes.
and fear.
Right.
They have to have different ways of expressing themselves, and crying should be allowed.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Yelling should be allowed. Being alone, having alone time should be allowed. Being able to talk that out.
Exactly.
Having small groups, having
Mm-hmm.
support. If you're at a church, there's youth groups, but
Exactly.
they need something specific for them, and it
Yes.
ain't just sports.
No.
Okay,
No.
it ain't chess club. It ain't
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's not social activities. They need mental maintenance support as
Yes.
well. But that starts at home. And if they see that it's okay, as a man, if they see that it's okay to show their emotions and to express their feelings and talk about what's bothering them, they will in turn do the same. And they'll
Exactly.
model that for other people that are younger than them. They'll model that for their friends in their circles, and we'll see
Exactly.
more of a movement with,
Right.
for mental health among our young men, because you
Mhm.
have modeled this behavior, and
Exactly.
it is attractive to them. They can relate to that. It looks like something
Wait,
they
wait, what's Brian saying? Okay, Bryson saying the moral of this program is to get your pits. I mean, in a nutshell. No pun intended in a nutshell, but yes.
I don't have nothing else to say.
We're gonna be canceled after that
Nutshell.
one.
No,
We're gonna be
no pun
canceled. There
intended.
ain't no season 3, ladies. That was a little much. Corey's
Our
gonna be like,
our
oh Lord.
viewership just went up. You know?
When
Oh
mentality
my
meets sipping
goodness.
and tripping.
Listen,
Oh
in a
Lord.
nutshell, that's all I'm saying. Get it together.
Quote of the
Get
night
it
in a
together.
nutshell. I'm just saying. It
And
makes
the women that
sense.
support you will support.
We will, and that leads me into my final topic before we get to ending on a high note. Caregiver month. It is also caregiver month, y'all.
Whew, child.
So family caregivers may provide many different types of support, and we've already talked about what us ladies can do for our men. We're here for you, to support you in your Movember journey.
I'm here for you.
We're here for you.
We're
But
here
here's
for
some other things that
you. Yeah.
family caregivers do: personal care, like we talked about, bathing, personal hygiene, dressing,
Hygiene. We talked about it.
hygiene with the capital H, um, getting in and out of bed or chair and walking, meal preparation and feeding, medical care, organizing and giving medication, managing and attending appointments and maintaining medical records and information, managing therapies and treatments, arranging nursing and other medical supports, and performing basic medical tasks and other life management tasks: shopping for food, clothes, essentials, providing transportation, managing finances, paying bills, planning for the future, housekeeping, managing communication, arranging respite care. I mean, caregivers,
Do it all.
good, the list goes on and on. Okay. Um, in 1997, President Bill Clinton signed into a presidential proclamation for National Family Caregiver Month. So it started officially in 97. And so every president in office since then, yes, including the previous administration, also signed the presidential proclamation for Family Caregiver Month. Our current president uh, signed this: family caregivers are the backbone of our nation's long-term care system, doing essential work with devotion, often at great emotional and financial cost. We owe them. It is time to bring their service out of the shadows and celebrate and support them in living their own happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives. So, what can we do to encourage and support our family caregivers? Number one, provide respite care. If it's once a week, just once a month, or just once, caregivers
It's
can
respite care.
respite care. So caregivers can benefit greatly from a break from their work. Spend a morning with their loved one while they run errands and take some time for themselves. The gift of your time is priceless. So respite care is you basically tagging in for them for just a couple hours so that they can go, just maybe go sit in a coffee shop and just do nothing, or take a long hot bath, or whatever. I know my church has a respite care. I think it's, I don't know if it's on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but they'll bring a group of elderly people will come, and then we have people that volunteer at the church that will sit with them while their caregivers just go for a couple hours, just breathe. What else can we do? Check in regularly. Let them talk about their experiences without offering advice or casting an opinion. Let them know that you see
Or
the work they
judgment.
are doing and the value it brings to the family and community. Remember, you don't have to fix their problems. Just being able to talk openly and without judgment is often the support they need. Be specific with your offers. Avoid saying, let me know if you need anything.
Because they
Instead,
won't.
right. Instead, make a specific offer of help. When caregivers are overwhelmed, it can be difficult to ask for help. So the more specific you can be, the better. Help with chores. Bring a meal. Clean the house. Help with laundry. Do some yard work. Tackle other things that are hard for them to get to. Um, Keep inviting them. Even if you know they can't attend an outing or gathering, continued invitations will make a caregiver feel less isolated and let them know that you are thinking of them and value their presence. And you never know when they might be able to go. And finally, offer encouragement. A thoughtful card or text message or even a small gift can show that you recognize the gift of their service. Be positive about how you appreciate their efforts and see what a great job they're doing. Um, Being a caregiver is definitely exhausting. It is exhausting. Um,
I love that you ended on gifts, the word gifts,
Oof. You
because
see how this all works out?
I know it's
It's
always
just like a
something. I love
rolling.
that you end on that. To end on a higher note,
Mm,
because we go up and up. Um,
mm.
this month is also National Gratitude Month.
I have
Oh,
stuff on that.
of course you do. Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know
National
which one of us was doing. Oh, were
National.
you doing gratitude and I was doing skin? Okay. Because skin is in there too, you guys.
Yes, it
And
was
breathing
also
time.
National Healthy Skin Month as well. I thought you were doing skin.
Okay, I can. I
All
have
right.
that too. I'll let you do please do
All right.
gratitude.
So with gratitude, my question, or at least what I'm going to pose to you, is to think of something
Mm,
from today.
okay.
I won't make you go back the whole week, even though it's just Monday. Something from today that you are grateful for.
Mm.
I'm going to share a little story and then I'll tell you something else. On my way home, somebody hit the back of my car.
No.
I was literally 5 minutes up the street from work. However,
No.
I pulled out, I pulled over, they pulled over, I got out, left my door wide open because you already know. And I was talking
Mhm.
to Jessica on the way home too. I was like, gotta go. Somebody just hit me because she
Oh,
heard it. Um, there was not a scratch, not a scratch, not a
really?
scrape, no evidence on the back of this bumper. Now I'm
Wow.
looking in the dark, so we just gonna go with that. I saw nothing. I saw nothing on her car. She had like a truck, but this woman looked so terrified,
Mm.
and she was not my color, and I was kind of getting the feeling because the way I jumped out.
She think you were in a box.
Listen, she didn't know what was coming for her. And it's a good place to live, right? She didn't know
Yeah.
what was coming for her. She
Yeah.
was really looking, and I'm like, I don't see any scratches. And she's just like it freaking out. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, are you okay? My question, are you okay?
Mhm.
Are there kids in the car? Is everybody? She's like, I'm fine. She's like, I'm fine. You okay? I'm fine. I'm like, I don't see anything. I kept looking. I wiped it off with my glove. I'm like, I don't see anything. Do you have damage? She's like, I don't have damage. She's like, I hugged her. I don't know where it came from. I have no idea. But I
And you're not
stopped.
big hugger. You're not
You
much.
you already know
You
I'm
know
not
that.
giving my energy
No.
to nobody,
No.
especially no strangers I don't know. But
Right.
her reaction, and
Yeah.
I was like, let me. I stopped and I hugged. I said, okay, you don't have no damage, no damage, nobody's hurt, nobody's hurt. I stopped and I hugged her, and she hugged me back. Boy, I was like, oh, this is weird, but okay. I said, I don't see anything. I said, what happened? she was like, I don't know. She was like, I stepped on the brake, but it didn't go all the way down. And, and I'm thinking it's slippery outside. You could probably was on your phone. I have no idea. But I'm like, I don't see any damage. I said, thank God. Amen. She said, thank God. Thank God. I was like, wow. Okay. I said, drive safe. Have a good night.
Wow.
Be careful. Don't get choked. Beat nowhere else. Right. And I got in my car. And
Wow.
that was it. I pulled off. I called Jessica back, like this. That's that.
Wow.
So gratitude. I had a different story, but that happened today. That happened on the way home. So I had to change
Wow.
up my story. But that was gratitude. Because y'all know I got this car in April. I got this car in April.
After all the stuff you went through with the
all
last
the
one.
drama I went through last year, because last year, this time, I was in the rental.
Oh.
And I was in the rental from November 10th
till forever.
November no, until I bought the car in April. I was in the rental from November 10th to April when I bought my car.
Yep.
So just thinking about where I was last year, where I am this year, and then when that car hit me, boy, it was a quick flashback, but there was no damage for either one of us. So that's my gratitude for today. I'm grateful that there was no damage. I'm grateful that nobody was hurt. I'm grateful I didn't have to hurt her. Yeah.
She's probably grateful for that too.
I'm sure she's very grateful. She's bigger than me. It didn't even matter. But that is my gratitude story for today.
Wow.
But I am also grateful for my friend Chrissy, because tomorrow.
Oh Lord.
Where's your crown? Tomorrow. It's Miss Chrissy's birthday. Tomorrow. She will be the birthday queen. I was not doing this show on her birthday because
I offered.
I'm not doing anything. And what are you doing? Now you got plans. See, tomorrow.
Oh God, now it's stuck on my head.
Chrissy's birthday.
Oh, well, I guess it's gonna stay on now because they're moving.
And she'll be out running the street. So please send her birthday wishes. You're watching. Send her birthday wishes. Drop them in the comments. Hit up her inbox. Text her if you got a number. Hop on the page. You can put it in the thread, but make sure we
Thank you.
Make sure we are celebrating Chrissy's birthday on tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, because next year it's on Thanksgiving, so you already know that's gonna get. It's gonna get lost.
Wow. But they should be thankful. They will be more thankful if you're spending time with somebody on Thanksgiving. They should be forever.
It's very hard to wear that in the headphones, so sorry.
Grateful and thankful for you. So I'm thankful for you.
Thank you.
I think most of our friendship has taken place on screen.
It really has.
Video calls.
I swear.
It's only a handful of people that can call me on camera at any point in time. Not text me and say you cannot call you on video. No, it's only a handful of people, and it ain't even the whole hand. Let me tell you. And Chrissy is one of them. She is one. Let me see.
Thank you.
It's only 3 people that can call me on camera. Chrissy is one of the 3.
And if I'm lucky, she's doing some cooking in the kitchen, and I get to watch that whole process.
Okay, it's 4 people. I got 4 people that can call me on camera at any given moment, without warning. She is one of the 4. I had to ask somebody. She is one of the 4. So that is it. Okay, it's 5 people. Bryce is
like, hey, what about me?
You need to call me on camera. She barely called me back. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that. She's famous. All my friends famous. But yeah. So it's still one hand. But any time of day, it don't matter where I am. It don't matter what I'm doing. So
I feel
happy
so
birthday.
Special. Thank you.
Happy birthday, my dear friend Chrissy.
Thank you.
And I hope
I'm blushing.
Wonderful for you. Vic, take care of my girl tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And she'll take care of you. The sweet shop is open. I'm just saying.
Mrs. Claus sweet shop, by the way.
Take care of my girl tomorrow.
Because you already know I do I am Mrs. Claus every Christmas.
I've seen the dress.
It's happening again this year. So I had to get the Mrs.
I don't know if that kind of thing turns him on, but that's interesting.
He asked me to bring that thing home every year. He goes, "Can you bring that home with you?" And I'm like, you know what? It's not mine. So I think I just need to okay. Anyway, this is after hours talk.
Oh boy, bring the Mrs. Claus dress home. We are supporting our men for Movember.
We are. I swear. This is the support that they need.
So much. You might have to purchase your own Mrs. Claus outfit.
I might. It's been sitting in my Amazon cart for about a year.
You might have to purchase your Mrs. Claus outfit.
Hey, no, help me help you, man.
Saying.
Help me help you, man.
Help you. So that we can be proper help meets.
Exactly.
Helping the meet. This is what we do. All right. So, what are you grateful for?
Oh my God, this conversation, honestly. Lordy, I have not laughed this much in a long time. I seriously, I am. I'm just grateful for right now, just this moment, just having this podcast and being able to share this with you. And
the end of season 2. Who the thunk it? Maurice, drop what you're grateful for in the comments.
Yes.
Watch it.
Everybody should. Everybody who's listening, watching, everyone who's catching the replay.
Tell us something you're grateful for.
You know what you're grateful for. Yes.
Because you won't see us again until 2024.
So, which is
on break next month.
That's crazy that it's going to be 2024 already. Like, I can't.
2024. Tell us what you're grateful for.
Oh, that rhymes. Well, because it's foreign. Anyway.
I'm clever sometimes.
You know? Grateful for the Bears having this lead right now. Oh, Lord. You're supposed to be watching us, not football.
They had a dope commercial yesterday during the game.
Oh, too. Bryson. We love you, Bryson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bryson.
Yeah, they had a dope commercial yesterday. I was like, are they winning? Put a Bears commercial up during somebody else's game. Are they winning?
Listen, I can't have the Bears win because I'm in a confidence pool and I have the Bears losing.
How dare you?
Whatever. Anyway, I'm never winning that confidence pool. I've been at it for how many weeks have we in football now? We're in week 12 or whatever.
Yeah, what's it called? A what?
Confidence pool. So basically, all the teams that are playing that week are listed, and you pick between the two who's going to win.
I know what a pool is.
Your confidence on them winning that game.
Wow. I've never heard of it.
Yes. Vic came up with that one, and he's like, I put you in. I said, okay, just explain what I got to do. I've lost 2 weeks in a row. I lost by 1 point. But now I'm really like, after that, I was like, I'm done. I just, whatever. I'm just going to throw whatever numbers. But I will say, outside of 1 week, I always stay faithful to the Niners for obvious reasons. And I always stay faithful to the Ravens.
Not really, because
Ravens.
No.
No. And whoever's going against the Patriots, I always go with that team if I like them or not. I don't like the Patriots. Anybody but the Patriots. Yes, go Ravens. And they have not been disappointing me this season, so I always go with the Ravens. There was 1 week they lost, but I was like, it's okay.
That's our rule. Anybody but the Packers.
I don't go for the Packers. I don't go for the Patriots nor the Seahawks. Unless I know they're playing a really bad team, I'll go for the Seahawks. But otherwise, that's going against my 49ers. And 49ers by marriage. But no, it's whatever.
Fans by marriage.
Yes.
FBM.
Exactly. Wow. So, on that note, we got to end it with the high note. The rest of the high note, you guys. It is also skincare month because look, this cold weather. I don't like cold weather. I don't like. Listen, I was born in cold weather. I don't like cold weather. I should have been a summer baby, but here I am.
I am a summer baby. I don't like the heat.
I'll switch you seasons. I'll take your June. You take my November.
No, because I can't go on vacation.
Man, look. we went to the tree lighting in the village on Friday, and it was so cold. But my skin is so sensitive. Like my cheeks were so red the next day. They were just so red. I can't, I don't like cold weather. I don't like being cold.
But I left my house today without checking the weather, and it hit me in my face.
Oh yeah, it slaps
And
you.
it was 25 degrees. And I had on my little cute trench coat that wasn't trenching enough.
No.
So I need to pull out the puffy. I had the big scarf, but I needed a whole hat. I'm like,
Yeah,
see,
you needed.
I got braids.
Yes, I
So my
like them.
scalp was like,
Oh yeah,
that's how the
you
wind
were
felt.
feeling that.
I felt all of that. So yeah, I have a hat on tomorrow. But I
Yeah.
was very fortunate that I have moisturized my face this morning
Yes.
because the amount of air, and I was taking the garbage out too, so I had to go around the.
Oh, yeah, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. So tell us how we can keep
So
this glow.
yes, so National Healthy Skin Month is sponsored by the American Academy of Dermatology,
As they should.
as it should, right? Okay, here's some tips and tricks, y'all, that we can add to Bryson's list. Number one, chill out. Put your feet up and manage your stress. Stress makes your skin break out and can make skin conditions like psoriasis much worse.
And acne.
Yep. Get your rest between 7 and 9 hours a day. Exercise in the fresh air from time to time and breathe.
Who gets 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night?
That's
Me.
good for you.
Me.
Good. That's why your skin looks flawless. See?
It ain't
The
flawless.
glow. The healthy glow.
I do be glowing.
Hydrate
I'm
daily.
just greasy.
No, you're not greasy. It's the glow.
What was
The
that?
glow.
You said
hydrate. Hydrate. Yep, water. Sometimes the simplest actions give you the greatest benefits. Hydrating your entire body by drinking 8 glasses of water daily is another cool way to moisturize your precious skin. Add lemons and other fruit to make your daily drinks even more refreshing. If plain water is boring, try adding cucumbers. Water clears out the dangerous toxins that hurt your skin. It makes sense because Angel and I both belong to Massage Envy now, which Massage Envy, if you'd like to sponsor us, that'd be great.
Please send me something else.
And after you get a massage, what's the first thing they tell you to do?
They bring you. Would you like a cup of water? They bring you water.
Because you got to flush all those
toxins out that they have released and are now freely roaming through you.
Yes. Right?
You need water. They bring you water.
And let's look at it this way, because we're going to speak to the Movember folk. Think about beef jerky. Think about the Slim Jim. Okay? The outside is dehydrated.
Where are we going with this?
The outside of the skin is dehydrated and wrinkly, but the inside is not. So you got to hydrate the inside.
Hydrate your beef jerky. Is this what we selling them for November? You got to hydrate your beef. Is this what we selling them?
I'm just saying.
Movember. You need more water.
Saying, you got to keep yourself hydrated on the inside so you don't look like dehydrated beef jerky on the outside.
Because ain't nobody going to want that. She is not going to help your meat if it looks dehydrated. I would just drink some water. Shut up.
She ain't cracking no nutshells at that point. Anyway.
Not a nut will be cracked.
Oh my God.
We're talking about healthy skin, people.
Healthy skin. Check your skin. Okay, we talked about checking the tatas and the balls.
Examination.
You gotta check your skin for spots and blemishes. So since November is National Healthy Skin Month, winter is an especially good time to check yourself carefully. No, she didn't. All right, we're dead now with that. That's we just end the show there. That's it. Oh my god. Oh, moist meat November. Oh god.
Oh my God.
Ah. Yes, check your
Check your skin for
check your
blemishes
skin
and
for
discoloration.
spots with unusual shapes or colors that might indicate skin cancer. Look for moles that seem to appear. People with darker complexions aren't exempt from skin cancer.
And you better
Although,
get a mirror.
although skin irregularities are not often apparent on darker skin, people of ethnic backgrounds tend to die more often from skin cancer. So, check that skin. My melanin family.
Get
Check
up
that
under there.
skin. Get up
Get
under
that
there.
mirror. Get you a
Get
light.
it. Get it.
So you can see.
And here are 4 facts that give you the skinny on your skin. Number 1, here's the thick and thin of it.
You good. You good.
Did you know that your feet are padded with the thickest skin on your body and your eyelids have the thinnest skin?
Makes
We didn't
sense.
talk about. Number 2,
Makes
you
sense.
shed.
Makes
Some
sense.
sources say that just like our dogs and cats, almost half of the dust we shed in our home is dead skin. That is nasty. That is nasty. That is so freaking
I
nasty.
feel the need to purchase a Dyson all of a sudden.
Number 3,
guess-
we renew monthly. Just like clockwork, our skin renews itself every 28 days. So it's kind of like we're snakes, you know, we got to shed the skin to get some new one.
We shed.
The
every
anacondas.
28 days.
Oh,
If
wait.
you are practicing proper hygiene,
Yes.
you should have brand new skin every month on the 1st.
Anaconda
If I
don't want
see
none, that's for sure.
skin from, oh my God. I'm just, let me get some more water.
And then number 4, pay
Hydrate my
attention.
skin.
Pay attention to your skin. Skin changes may indicate health changes. And of course,
said my
apply
ass?
your sunscreen all year long.
No.
Always. Don't leave the house without your sunscreen.
Oh.
Period. SPF 30 is good enough. Yep. So that's the end of my skinny on
Ooh.
skin.
Wow.
In
I
excess.
tell you. That was refreshing.
Yes. So as you can see, everybody, we had a lot to cover in our season finale.
And uncover.
And uncover. That's for sure. And we hope you take away lots of great information. And ladies, please don't forget to help your men in Movember.
Be a proper helpmeet.
Yes. Help meet. The moist meat Movember.
Moist.
Don't let that jerky get dehydrated.
End the show.
Don't let that beef stick get dehydrated.
Hydrate your beef. And check it.
Check your beef.
Check it before she check it. Check it.
Ooh. Anyway. All right,
Man.
y'all. Whew, this was a great time. Enjoy
Wow.
your holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Feliz
Christmas.
Navidad. Happy Hanukkah.
Merry
Happy
Christmas
New Year.
Kwanzaa is what I always say.
Kwanzaa. Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas Kwanzaa. So you got it all covered.
All that. We will see you in 2024.
2024. All right. We love y'all.